Hey guys, welcome to our channel. Now, in this lecture, we will learn about sources of finance. Now, without wasting time, move to our topic, that is sources of finance. Now, firstly, we will cover introduction. In our present day economy, finance is defined as the provision of money at the time when it's required. Every enterprise, whether it's big, medium, or small, needs finance to carry on its operation and to achieve some target. Without the adequate amount of finance, no enterprise can possibly accomplish its objective. Now, the capital required for the business can be classified into two main categories, that is fixed capital and the working capital. Now, the business need fund for mainly two purposes, for its establishment and to carry out its day-to-day operation, and the long-term funds are required to create production facility through purchase of fixed assets such as plant, machinery, land, building, furniture, etc. And investment in these assets represent part of firm's capital which is blocked on a permanent basis. And the funds are also needed for short-term purpose for the purchase of raw material, payment of wages, and for day-to-day expenses. Now, there is a classification of sources of finance. These are according to period, short term, medium term, and long term sources of finance. And the first, our short term source of finance is bank credit. It is the most popular short term source of company finance. Bank usually provide credit in the following forms. Sorry. First is cash credit. Cash credit is an arrangement under which company is allowed to withdraw up to a certain limit that is being sanctioned by the bank. And the second is overdraft. A company can avail overdraft facility from its banker. Under this facility, company is permitted to overdraft against its current account up to a certain specified limit. And the third one is short-term loans. Commercial banks also provide short-term loans for meeting working capital requirement, and these loans are usually granted against some security. And the fourth type is discounted off bills. A company can also arrange funds by discounting credit instruments like bill of exchange from its bankers. In this case, the company receives discounted value but not the actual value of the bill. And the second is customer advances. Some company receive advance from its customer at the time of accepting their order. The amount so received by company is in the nature of short-term finance. This type of finance is basically interest free. And the third type is trade credit. Generally, company purchase goods or raw material on credit, and the credit so availed by the company from the supplier is known as trade credit. And the fourth type is installment credit. Installment credit is a system under which company acquire the ownership and the possession of the asset immediately at the time of purchase but makes the payment in installment over a predetermined period of time. And installment credit is beneficial for those companies who are basically suffer from lack of liquidity. Then fifth is advances. Business house get advances from their customer and agents against order, and these sorts is called short-term source of finance. It is a cheap source of finance, and in order to minimize their investment in working capital, some firms having long production cycle, especially the firms manufacturing industry products, prefer to take advantage from their customers. And the second is our long-term sources of finance. First is issue of shares. This is the most common method of raising long-term finance. A public limited company can finance by issuing shares to the general public. These shares are equity or preference share. Now, the equity share. A company can raise finance by issuing equity share to the public. Equity share are those which don't carry any preferential right. The holder of these shares is known as equity shareholder. They are the real owner of the company. They have voting right. And the preference share. A company can also raise finance by issuing preference shares. Preference shares are those shares which carry a priority in respect of payment of dividend and in respect of repayment of capital at the time of winding up of the company. The second type is issue of debentures. A company may raise money by issue of debenture to the general public. A debenture is a unit of small dimension like rupee 10, 50 or 100. When a company borrow money from the public, it issues cer- certificate under its common seal, acknowledging a debt due by it to its holder. These certificates are called debenture. Those who invest money in debenture are called debenture holders. Now, the next is plowing back of profit. The plowing back of profit is a technique of financial management under which all profits of the company are not distributed among the shareholders as dividend, but some part of profit is retained or reinvested in the company. This process of retaining profit year after year and their utilization in business is known as plowing back of profit. There are some necessities of plowing back. These are for the replacement of old assets which have become obsolete, for expansion or growth of the business, for improving the efficiency of the plants and equipments. Now the fourth type is loan from the financial institution. Now financial institution provides finance for medium and long term needs as a reasonable rate of interest, and the medium term loans are for the period ranging from 1 to 5 years, and the long term are granted for a period beyond 5 years. The financial institution provide finance for investment in fixed assets for expansion, diversification and modernization, etc. In India, the term financial institutions include a large number of institutions. Few are Industrial Development Bank of India, that is IDBI, and second is Industrial Reconstruction Bank of India, IRBI. Third one is State Financial Corporation, SFCs. Fourth is Life Insurance Corporation of India, that is LIC. Now, according to ownership, owned capital and borrowed capital. Owned capital such as share capital, retained earning, profits and surplus, and the borrowed capital such as debenture, bonds, public deposits, loans, etc. Now, according to sources of finance, internal sources, external sources. Internal sources includes flowing back of profit, retained earning, profits, surpluses, and depreciation funds, etc. And the external sources include shares, debenture, public deposits, loans, etc. Now, according to the mode of financing, secured financing or external finances or internal finances, and the loan financing through raising of long term and short term sources. External financing includes financing through raising of corporate securities such as share debenture, and internal financing includes retained earning, capitalization of profit, and depreciation of funds, etc. Now, according to source of generation or mode of financing, internal sources and external sources. Now, we will classify and learn these in detail. Now, the first internal source is retained profit. Retained profit is the amount of business net income that keeps within its account rather than pay out to its shareholder. Retained profit is a strong indicator of the long term financial stability of a business. There is the cash that is generally used by business when it trades profitability. Retained profits can generate cash the moment trading has begun. For example, a startup sells the first batch of stock for 5000 rupee and cash which he bought is 2000. That means the retained profit in this case is 3000, which he may use for further financial expansion. Now, advantages of retained profits are does not have to be repaid and no interest is to be payable on this, and its disadvantage that not available to the new business. Now, the second is sale of stock, also not an option for most startups and not available until a business incorporates company stock, can be another form of external funding. Other than a large infusion of venture capital, stock offerings are the fastest way of successful business to scale up. This money comes in from selling of unsold stock, and this is the shortest source of finance. Its advantage is that quick way of raising fund, and by selling of its reduce the cost associated with holding. And its disadvantage is that business will have to take a reduced price for the stock. Now the third is sale of asset. Whenever business sell off its asset and cash generated is usually internally for finance the capital needs. We call it as an internal source of finance. This money comes in from selling of assets such as a piece of machinery that is no longer needed. There is also a limit to the number of fixed assets a firm can sell off. This is the medium term source of finance. Its advantage is that good way to raise finance from an asset that there is no longer need. And its disadvantage is that some businesses are unlikely to have surplus asset to sell and can be slow method of raising funds. Now the next is debt collection. Debt collection is the process of pursuing payment of the debt owed by individual or businesses. An organization that specially in debt collection is known as collection agencies. Most collection agencies operate as agent of creditors, and its advantage is that no additional cost in selling this finance. It is to be paid of the business normal operation, and its disadvantage that there is a high risk that debt owned can be bad. Now the next type is share issue. A business may sell more of their ordinary share to raise money. Buying share give the buyer part ownership of the business and therefore certain rights such as right to vote on change to the business. And this is the long-term source of finance. Its advantage is that does not have to be repaid and the no interest need to be paid. And disadvantage is that profit will be paid out as dividend to more shareholders and the ownership of the company could change hand. And there are some external sources of finance. These are equity share. Equity share are known as ordinary share represent the owner's capital in a company. The holder of these shares are the real owner of the company. They have control in their hands. They are paid dividend after paying to the preference holders. They have voting rights. This advantage is that equity holders does not create obligation to pay a fixed rate of dividend. It can be issued without creating any charge over the asset. This is the permanent source of capital, and its disadvantage is that if only equity shares are to be issued, the company can't take advantage of trading on equity. Investors desire to invest in safe security have no attraction for such shares. And the next is preference share. As the name indicates, these shares have certain privilege and preferential right. A preferential right as to the payment of dividend during the lifetime of the company and the right to return capital in the event of winding up of the company. They received fixed rate of dividend before any dividend is paying to the equity holders. Its advantage is that it earns a fixed rate of dividend. They have superior security. It provides long-term capital for the company. And disadvantage is that market price fluctuate much more. The rate of dividend on this is usually lower. And the third type is bank loan. Borrowing from bank are an important source of finance to company. Bank lending is still mainly short-term source of finance. Short-term lendings may be in the form of an overdraft which is company should keep with the limit set by the bank. Interest is charged on the amount by which company is overdraft from day to day. This is the short term for up to 3 years and medium term up to 10 years. Its advantage is that set repayment are separate over a period of time, which is good for budgeting, and its disadvantage that can be expensive due to interest payment and the bank may receive security on the loan. And the next type is debenture. These are the long-term loans usually obtained by issuing debentures. These bear a fixed rate of interest irrespective of the profit made by the company. These were really redeemable long-term loan at fixed interest and secure on the asset of the company. Since interest payment is fixed on the income of the company, the risk of the risk to the investor income is not so high, where profit are expected to be rise in the future. A company may prefer to raise capital for expansion by issuing debenture, but in present day corporate tax, which is the main impulse in that direction, debenture interest is included in the cost of company for the purpose of calculating tax. This is reduced taxable profit. On the other hand, if finance is raised through shares, there is no prior interest charges and profit will be the amount higher. This tax situation has, due to the introduction of corporate tax, leading company to finance capital expansion as far as possible by fixed interest loan rather than sale of shares. Now the next type is venture capital. Venture capital is when money is put into an enterprise which may all be lost if the enterprise fails. A businessman start up a new business will invest venture capital of his own, but he will probably need extra fund for a source other than his own pocket. However, the term venture capital is more specifically associated with putting money, usually in the return for an equity stake, into a new business, a management buyout, or a major expansion scheme. The institute that puts money recognize the gamble inherent in the funding. There is a serious risk of losing the entire investment, and it might take a long time before any profit and return materialize. But there is also the perspective of very high profit and a sustainable return on the investment. A venture capital will require a high expected rate of return on investment to compensate for the high risk. When a company's directs look for help for a venture capital, they may must recognize that the institute will want an equity stake in the company. It will need conveniencing that the company can be successful. It may want to have a representative appointment to the company's board to look after its interest. Now the next is trade credit. No business can run without credit. It is considered as the soul of the business. Trade credit is come to all businesses. This is the short-term financing to the business. Manufacturers, wholesalers, suppliers of material or goods are trade creditors. They sell tangible goods to business concern on the basis of future payment. Credit is expended by these business concerns with an intention to increase their sales. These business firms extend credit also because of the custom that the being build up over time. Such credit is not cash loan. It results from a sale of goods or service which have to be paid sometime after the sale taken place. Now the next type is public deposit. Public deposit is an important source of finance. Short-term requirement of company. Company generally receives public deposit for the period ranging from 6 months to 36 months. And this is all about our today's lecture. If you understand the concept, please like, share, and don't forget to subscribe my channel. Thank you so much for watching this video.